Coolio. All right, the question of the week was, toot your horn! What is something that you've done that you are proud of? Molly said, learn to snowboard and hike the Narrows in Zion. Woo! Alex LeBras said, I sold some paintings at an art festival. I was on the outskirts of the festival entrance selling them on the street corner, and one of the higher-ups noticed me and gave me a free space that someone flaked out on. And people bought my art. They liked it. That's awesome. Timothy Ray said, I helped raise free-thinking children that know the difference between freedom and lip service. I'm proud of them and proud of that. Awesome. Vanessa says, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to live in San Francisco. Now it's happening. Signing my lease tonight at 6. Couldn't be happier. Woo! Mark Wilson said, I became myself. Ziola said, putting my fears behind me and overcoming them quite briskly. And I owe a lot of thanks of that to you for that, my friend. Oh, well, an honor to reflect that in you. Bliss Burner Chick said, I taught myself how to work with leather and made this bitchin' hat. You'll have to check the, it is bitchin'. Woo! It's orange, not pink though, but maybe that's just, the light. Circa Aho said, I loved myself enough to release everything of comfort in my life for the opportunity to follow my dream instead of staying in my career. No matter what the outcome, I took my ultimate leap and do feel proud, but at the same time humbled by the struggle within it. The dichotomy is a beautiful thing. Bravo. Gail said, learn something new and change my mind about something old. Vague, I know. So what? That's good. Janine Draw said, when I was 15, I won the National Two-Baton Twirling Championship for my age group. It was overwhelming. Even got the video there. Nice! Kate F. and Jackson said, I got my car towed right before the 4th of July. While I was at the pound trying to get my car out, there was a woman who was in the process of getting emergency assistance to get herself out of an abusive relationship. She desperately needed her car before her husband was released from a psychiatric hold. She was in tears as she showed her paperwork to a sympathetic clerk, but there was nothing the clerk could do to help. I checked my funds, pulled the woman aside, and gave her the $185 to bail out her car. I don't have a lot of money, and that money on top of bailing out my own car is going to make for a tight month, but it was absolutely worth it. The woman called me her miracle. I couldn't even be mad that my car got towed. It was where I needed to be. And thank you for letting me toot my horn. That's beautiful. Exactly. You were where you needed to be. Your car got towed so that you could be an angel. John Levasseur said, started a sleeping bag drive for the homeless in my area. Nice! Leslie said, being there to be sole caregiver to my grandfather and my dad, and being able to spend what time they had left with them, seeing them with smiles on their faces and knowing I was able to help put them there makes me very proud. Beautiful. Jesse Flynn said, smiled at someone in my senior class and invited them to be my friend. And years later, this person Facebook messages me and says, thank you for being my friend and being so welcoming that when I was a new student. If it wasn't for you, I was going to off myself because it was so out of place. When all I was doing was being human. Wow. How's that for an example of you never know the power of a little butterfly wing, a little single phrase, single attention, a few moments of attention to someone from a loving place. Wow. Lee Gonzo said, I learned to stop trying to control everything and go with the flow, which led to eventually finding my soulmate and getting married at nowhere, Euroburn, a couple of weeks ago. Wow. Then honeymooning at Burning Man. Life is good. No, that sounds pretty amazing. It's a storybook on acid. Kaki said, serving as my parents' caregivers for 9 years until their passing, living with them in the hospital for each admission, including twice for 6 weeks to ensure their care that they would make it home. Brody says, I learned to say no when I really wanted to say no, and yes when I really wanted to say yes. Whew, good one. I learned to bravely say I don't know without feeling shame, and I gave myself permission to like myself and think that I am awesome without having to justify it in any way to anyone, even myself. You are awesome! Colleen says, same as Iola, I am putting my fears behind me. Ruby said, lost a total of 50 pounds since I started a conscious effort to become healthier and show this body how much I truly love it. Next goal is another 10 before the burn this year. Already reached 10 of the 20 original goals set at the beginning of July. Bravo! And I love the way you explained that. You're getting healthier to show your body how much you love it. That's beautiful. Moon Pixie said, I told the truth about something I had been hiding because I was scared it would make people think differently about me. I took a leap to follow my dream today. Nice. Zia Beck has a awesome long story about being a brave mom. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but check it out on the Hug Nation Facebook page. Wow! We're going to have more horn tooting sessions in future Hug Nations because that was awesome. And let's just try to notice in ourselves as the weeks goes on a reason to toot your horn. And you can actually I don't even have to post it on the page. Anytime you just want to say horn toot, post on the Hug Nation page something that went well, or you feel like, look, I did good. Because we all need to train ourselves to see that in ourselves and others. It changes the world. We are evolutionary, biologically predispositioned to notice the negative things more because that's more important when you are in danger. The danger of a bear, in terms of the degree of importance, is way more important than the beauty of a flower or the kindness of somebody in terms of staying alive. So we need to retrain ourselves to see the cone. And thank you for everyone who shared something. I feel like the world is a more beautiful place because of all of you. Thank you. Have an amazing day. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for Hug Nation Happy Hour. I'm so honored to share this planet with you. I love you. Namaste.